Hi everyone, welcome to Suggy's Gym podcast. This time we're going to be talking and reflecting on our greatest yet home show at Farndon, which to a sellout crowd. We're going to be speaking to a couple of the boxers, the ones that didn't get away. I tried to get a word with all of them, but some of them slipped out the door, but some of them are reflecting on their performance, and I'll be giving you a rundown anyway of how the night went and what the results were. We're also going to be having a bit of a chat to Chad and Dean. They're going to be giving their opinions and predictions for the up-and-coming Benn Eubank fight. We all know Dean's a die-hard Benn fan. Chad's also a massive fan of Conor Benn, but I think he thinks Eubank might just be a little bit too much for him on the night, just because of size and weight advantage. The other thing we're going to be discussing today is UFC. Alex Pereira and Adesanya will be fighting for the middleweight championship in the UFC, the World Championship, and they both fought on the Glory Syndicate. Bailey fought alongside Pereira on a couple of occasions, and Pereira is, well, he's just immense. I don't know if anybody's ever watched him, but you ought to Google him. Alex Pereira is amazing. So we'll first of all get talking about the home show. The first bout of the evening was 12-year-old Joel Cook. He was up against a taller Imad Khalid from Leicester Unity ABC. Joel landed some really hard and eye-catching shots on his opponent, pushing and pressing even more in the third and final round to take the win in what a lot of people thought was the home team's performance of the night. Well done, Joel. Next up we had Oscar Locke. He's 12 years old. He was making his debut against another first-timer from South Derby Academy. This matchup was really close affair, but after the final bell, the win deservedly went to Oscar, making it 2-2 for the home team. Oscar Locke, he fought for us on Friday and he won. It was an amazing night, wasn't it, Oscar?
Yeah, it was a good experience and I'm glad to get my hand raised.
Fantastic, well done, mate. Another debut was Otis Pearson. See, Otis has had a couple of skills bouts before, but it was his first proper bout, and he was against Jimmy Honey from Halifax ABC. His opponent had had 2 previous contests, so it was a big ask for Otis. The bout was a nip and tuck affair, but a strong finish in the final round saw Otis coming out on top with a split decision win. Otis Pearson, he won on Friday night. What did you make of the night, Otis?
It was a good night. I'm happy to get the decision I wanted.
You did brilliant.
I can't wait to get back in the ring.
Well done, mate. You did the club proud. Scheduled to box next, sadly, was Robert Price, our Fats. He was let down literally moments before the weigh-in because his opponent's boxing card hadn't come back to his coach, so that was disappointing for him. He'd worked hard and he was looking forward to the bout, but I'm sure we'll have him out soon. And then we had Patrick Rooney, who was up against Wally ABC's Corey Robbins. Matchmaker Irvin Taylor did a great job here. It was a closely contested bout, but Paddy edged the exchanges with some slick boxing, and another Newark boxer from Suggy's Gym got his hand raised. Well done, Paddy. The next bout, featuring a home boxer, saw 15-year-old Nathan Sanderson making his debut when he went up against a tough opponent in Cameron Marsh from Rushden and Higham ABC. Although Nathan started well with 1 previous bout on his record, Cameron was quicker to settle, taking control and getting the win. There was no doubt in the minds of Nathan's coaches and cornermen that he will be back and be able to turn this experience into a victory next time. Well done, Nathan. First one's always the toughest. Then it was the turn of Newark ABC's 16-year-old Leo Price. He got off to a great start and he dominated the first 2 rounds of the contest with Gabriel Nicola from the famous Ingle Gym in Sheffield. But Gabriel went on to take the 3rd round, leaving Leo unlucky to lose the bout on a split decision. But here's what he thought about it. Here we've got Leo Price. Leo boxed on Friday night. He was really unlucky not to get the decision. What did you think to the fight, Leo?
Close fight, but could have went either way.
But you enjoyed yourself, yeah? You did the club proud. Well done.
Thank you.
After the break, the crowd at Farndon Memorial Hall was treated to an amazing performance in what was probably a contender for fight of the night, when Newark ABC's Shady Hardy went up against Hayden Lloyd from Touch Gloves ABC. Shady used his speed and movement to control the contest, and after a toe-to-toe exchange from start to finish in the last round, all 3 judges declared him the winner on points. Well done, Shady. Next one on was our 16-year-old Montana Price, looking to show improvements in his junior contest win against Dane Weston from Heart of England. With only 1 loss on his record, Dane struggled to deal with Montana's range, distance control and intelligent pressure, which saw the home boxer winning for the first 2 rounds. Told to put his opponent under pressure in the 3rd and final round, after 2 standing 8 counts, Montana forced the stoppage, much to the delight of the home crowd. Walking into the ring next was firm favourite and local Farndon lad, 16-year-old Sam Hardy, who was up against Mohammed Nazir from Longsight Boxing Club in Manchester. After 2 closely fought rounds, Sam went toe-to-toe in the 3rd and final round, and although he picked up a little graze across his eye, this added to the excitement and made for a thrilling end to this highly skilled bout between 2 really experienced juniors. In the last few seconds of the contest, Sam rocked his opponent as he switched stance, catching Mohammed with an uppercut on the back foot just as the final bell signalled the end of an explosive and closely contested bout, which rightly saw Sam declared the winner. Well done, Sam. Up next was 16-year-old Hope Price. With great skills, organised boxing and pressure, he definitely didn't disappoint. His opponent, Logan Miller from Touch Gloves ABC, was simply unable to cope with Hope's speed, and after 3 hard-fought rounds, Hope was rightly declared a unanimous winner. Well done, Hope. Let's see what Hope had to say. And we've got Hope Price. He had his first win by unanimous decision. What did you make of the fight, Hope?
Good fight, good experience, happy to be back in the ring.
Well done, Hope. 16-year-old Harrison Dixon was unfortunate to lose to Mohammed Adrian Khan from Safe Boxing and Fitness on a split decision, but as always, the Newark ABC boxer decided that the loss would be an invaluable lesson and promised to come back stronger. Harrison fought with us on Friday.
Yeah.
You didn't get the decision, did you, Harrison?
No, but train harder for the next one.
Yeah, but you did really well. Well done, Harrison. Next in the ring was 19-year-old home fighter Daniel Radford up against Touch Gloves ABC's Riley Church. Although Daniel started really quickly and took control, Riley got himself back into the contest and grew in confidence. As the bout progressed, there was only going to be 1 winner, but Daniel kept trying and will learn from his defeat. Last but by no means least for Newark ABC was Jack Cox, who was making his debut against Abdul Shaf Adam, another debutant from Leicester Railwaymen's ABC. Although his opponent was strong and game, Jack had his measure with speed and technique, really listened to his corner and landed some big blows. Jack fought really hard on the night and everybody loved watching him. He was very exciting. Well done, Jack. Great first win. I look forward to the next one. It was a really good night, really successful night. Everybody enjoyed it. And we've got another one on December the 9th. So look forward to that. As promised earlier, we're going to be speaking to Bailey about the upcoming UFC World Championship fight between Alex Pereira and Israel Adesanya. Got the name right that time. They both fought on the Glory Syndicate alongside Bailey. Bailey's fought with Pereira on several cards, haven't you, Bailey?
Yeah, I mean, the first one was in Rotterdam when he beat Yusuf Belgari, and it was in front of 15,000 people, so what an experience, and as well fighting with such high-level fighters like Alex Pereira was pretty cool, yeah. And I watched him beat Jason Wilness in Utrecht as well, which was an incredible knockout win. And then I also seen him with the light heavyweight belt against Donegay Abena in Miami, so to become 2-weight world champion at the same time, he was a pretty top fighter in Glory, and he's taking it now over to the UFC as well.
It's amazing. I just wanted to stress, you know, Bailey's fought on Glory. How many times, Bailey?
I've fought on Glory 9 times in total, and yeah, it's a very high league, high level of fighting, and you don't really get better than that in kickboxing. I mean, one championship's probably the closest thing to it. So at the minute, like Glory is the way to be if you want to be a kickboxer.
Yeah, it's amazing. Chad fought on Glory a couple of times as well before he turned pro boxer. You know, it's just, you hear about kickboxing clubs, but I mean, really, Suggy's Gym is up there, cutting edge, at the top of the game, and Bailey is living proof of that, really, and probably the most successful kickboxer in the country at the moment, really, with, you know, with regards to being on Glory, and obviously you won the world title as well. So if you really want to learn kickboxing, get yourself down to Suggy's Gym. Everybody talks about, I mean, I know a lot of the women that do it, they talk about how it trains all your obliques and your abs, Bailey.
Yeah, definitely, yeah.
And I know what you're thinking, you should try it, Karen Sugden. Well, I'll leave it to you guys. That is it for today, really, apart from talking about our open day on the 1st of October. From lunchtime onwards, drop down, there'll be some sample little sessions, so you can see what we're all about. The gym will be open and the back will be open. Hopefully we'll have a barbecue running if it's not raining, and you know, have some games for the kids. Family fun day, just come and see what we're all about. It'd be great to see as many people as possible, and we'll look forward to the next podcast.
Yeah, thanks very much, guys.
Oh, just before we go, I've prepared a little clip of Chad and Dean, as promised, discussing their predictions on the Eubank Benn fight. So that'll be interesting, and we'll finish on Dean's final words, which I'm sure you'll find very amusing. All right, see you next time. Cheers, bye.
Bye.
Team Benn.
Well, I think Eubank's going to win.
Why?
Why? Because he's a lot bigger, 2 natural weight classes. I think he's had tougher fights. And to me, I think everyone's saying Conor Benn's got the power, but Eubank's never been hurt or put down, so I don't see why Benn's going to do what some of the other people haven't.
Okay, well, I'm not predicting he's going to stop him, but I'm going to predict this. By the time Eubank realises he's in a fight, he'll be beaten, because he's got such an ego and an attitude. By the time Conor Benn's literally lit him up with fast punches, Eubank will be too late. And it'll get to like the Billy Joe Saunders scenario. Last round, all or nothing, and it'll be too late, because Conor Benn will just way ahead on points.
I mean, you can't call it a Billy Joe Saunders scenario, in my opinion, because
different fights, different styles.
Yeah,
I get that completely. But Conor Benn has got the speed, he's got the tenacity, but he's also got the attitude. And I think when it comes to boxing, it's about attitude. And if Eubank boxes like he's talking, he's going to be so lackadaisical. I just predict Conor Benn will be too quick.
Yeah, I just think Eubank's playing the mind game, man. I'm excited to see how it pans out, to be honest. But I like Conor Benn. I think he's good, but it's a win-win fight for him. If he loses, he's fought 2 weeks above, and if he wins, he's beat a guy 2 weeks above in Eubank. Do you know what I mean? So
listen, it's an interesting fight, and I tell you why it's interesting, because one, I don't think the Benn camp would put him in unless they felt confident. I don't think they would do that, even though it's a win-win situation. I think he's obviously sparred with some good guys, John Ryder, Cash, etc. Felix Cash. I think, you know, they're good measuring sticks, because Felix Cash got a good win over Dan Bentley. Dan Bentley just stopped Marcus Morrison. You know, there's a lot of relatives in there, you know, in terms of sort of strength and what have you. So if Conor Benn's mixing it in the gym with those guys, yes, it's sparring, but to me, he's got the attitude to carry it through to an actual fight. And I just think, look, Benn Eubank, I know it's nothing to do with the dads, right? But Benn Eubank won, right? Benn lost because he played into Eubank's hands. The second fight was a draw, but everybody knows Nigel Benn won because he won. It was a much more tactical performance. I don't think Conor Benn's going to make those mistakes that his dad made.
Yeah, I agree. He don't want to make them mistakes, but I think he's going to have to bring the fight to Eubank. I think that's the way to win, but at the same time, it's very. After watching his last fight, well, the one against Liam Williams in particular, I know Liam Williams didn't look like his former self, but very similar styles. But then I do think Conor Benn's got the chin, and Yeah, I like him. I think it's a good fight. I think they're both going to be there for for the rounds, because Eubank, if he's got a chin anything like his dad, he'll be fine. And Benn seems to have proven that he's got the work ethic and the engine. Like to see him get clipped, but I don't know if Eubank's got the power to hit him with one shot anyway. He's never had that one shot, but if Eubank, the old Eubank comes out, who used to throw combos like full out, I think Benn's in for a tough night because of just the size.
But he's caught in styles. I think that's. I think it's good timing for Benn, because I think Eubanks at the minute doesn't know whether he's Roy Jones or Chris Eubank.
I
think that's his problem. And,
I do agree.
And I don't believe that suits him either. I don't think Roy Jones Jr. style can be repeated. You know, I think it's a one-off. Yeah, you can get similarities. You can take certain bits, but I think he's in no man's land. I think while he's in no man's land, Connor's just punching his head. That's my prediction.
Yeah, well, I think Eubank's points or lead stoppage.
Benn points, easy win. I think Eubank don't even come to the party until later on in the fight, and then kind of turns and thinks he's got robbed, but he hasn't. He's just been beaten, hands down, by the better man. And then Nigel Benn jumps in and knocks out Chris Eubank.